So this Koolaire ice machine right here is causing a flood. Let's see what we got going on in here. Look at that. Look at that. That's not good. Yeah.
All the water is running down. Right, it made a big hole earlier this morning.
I'm gonna assume it's one of the water floats and test that.
Yep.
That sounds about right. This shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen.
Nope. It's been a great machine so far until then.
Just took off the water curtain. That's strange. Just random small little bit of ice froze to the evaporator. I'm gonna open up this control panel, see if my lights, indicator lights, show me anything. After opening this up, I checked my indicator lights and I don't see anything on my safety 1, safety 2. I went ahead and turned it on, let it make ice. I'm gonna see if it shows anything to me. I'm thinking water flow issue, possibly curtain switch. So in pre-chill right now, my high water level float and my low water level float lights came on, as well as my bin switch light. You can see that works when I open and close the curtain. I'm just gonna let this thing make ice and see what happens. Go ahead and take this out while I'm in freeze. You can tell by that pattern in the ice lab that it froze against the water curtain. It was so thick. Hey, while this thing is making ice, I want to give a shout out to MT HVAC out of Elk Grove, California. Thanks for becoming a supporter on Patreon. I really appreciate that, man. So if you look at my low water level float, it's flashing right down in there. It's pretty close to the down position. Once that goes off and stays off for 7 seconds, I believe, this thing should go into harvest and drop ice. There we go. This thing should drop ice. Check my gas valve. Oh yeah, that's nice and warm. Getting hot. Fan shutting off the way it's supposed to. Let's just see if this falls. So it just timed out and went back into freeze, which is weird. Shouldn't have done that. Hey, look at that. We got it overflowing. That's all full of water, but my high water level light is not illuminated. That means that that float down in there is not working properly. But that doesn't solve the other issue where it was in harvest and then went right back into freeze when it wasn't supposed to. So I need to fix that first, and then we'll diagnose the other issue. So it just stopped filling up, but as you can see, that's full of water, and my high level float just came on. So I'm out here getting rained on. Now I get to drive over to the store to pick up this part. I used it last week, that ice thickness float. So I don't have it restocked yet. I'm gonna go pick up the ice thickness float. If the curtain switch ends up being an issue, I have that. So we're just gonna drive across town in the rain and see what happens. So I made it back from the store. I got two, one for this job, one for truck stock. So luckily the rain slowed down a little bit. I left this disassembled while I went out. I'm just gonna go ahead and just grab this. It should come straight down. I may have to unplug it from this side. Sometimes these wires get wrapped up like that. I can just actually shove it all the way down there. There you go, just like that. And just press the tab. It should come out of there. And then we take the new one and plug it in. So that was a little bit harder than I thought it was gonna be, but now it's up and in there. We can take this off. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this stuff back together and then run this machine and see what happens. All back together. We're just gonna turn that on, let it run, time my freeze cycle, time my harvest cycle, see if we have any more issues with flooding, overflowing, and you know, thick ice like that. And obviously that's my other thick piece. All right, so we filled up with water. That water float went to the up position, and that light there, my high level float, that came on. Water valve shut off. We're in pre-chill. We should start making ice here in a couple minutes. Should be cycling into harvest here in a couple of seconds. There's our harvest. Hit lap on this. If we hit 3.5 minutes and our ice does not fall from the evaporator, then we have an issue, a hot gas valve issue or refrigeration issue, one of the two. We're gonna keep an eye on it, see what happens. There we go, we got curtain movement at 3 minutes into our harvest cycle. It is super cold out here. Could be the reason why it's taking so long. And then just like that, we're back into freeze. 30 more seconds on that harvest time, we would have had an issue, but we'll just chalk it up to it being cold outside. Machine's outdoors. Shouldn't really be outdoors, but it is. And we're back into our next freeze cycle. We're gonna take a look at the ice that just fell, which would be this slab here. It's a little on the thick side bridge wise, but everything else looks solid. Considering how long it took to harvest, we want to leave as much weight on this slab as possible. Hey, for more ice machine service videos, check out my channel, Ice Machine 411. I've got a bunch of different videos, different manufacturers, different issues I run into every day. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, y'all.